This is the Boss Audio BVCP9700A, a budget-friendly Apple CarPlay and Android Auto receiver. This unit won't play any CDs or DVDs, but instead we are seeing a micro SD port right below the volume buttons in the lower left side of the front panel. That must be great for checking out some dashcam footage, but we will take a look later in the video at that. And in the box we'll find a nicely labeled wire harness, microphone with a double side tape, brackets and a few screws, and of course the trim ring and the license plate mount backup camera. You will only get the backup camera if you get the Dash C model. It has a standard definition display with a resolution of 800 by 480 pixels and it's 7-inch wide. And now it's time for the boot test. And sometimes 13 seconds can feel like forever, but here we are. And this is how the main menu looks. It's very similar to all across the Boss unit head units. And we are gonna do a quick responsiveness test of this head unit while using the Apple CarPlay. Well, you will need a wire connection to use Apple CarPlay. It's not wireless, so let's go ahead and see how it will perform. So I would say it has a pretty good responsiveness. However, there is room for better, but it's manageable and you can easily scroll through the websites without any major lag or any missing in selection. That makes a big difference when using a responsive unit. I would give it a 7 out of 10 for the responsiveness, and it's pretty good for what this unit worth. Pressing the microphone button while using CarPlay or Android Auto will trigger the voice control service, which is the Siri for CarPlay and Google Assistant for Android Auto. Power button is gonna mute the device or unmute, and if it's press and hold will trigger a standby mode where it's gonna show the date and the time. Also you can turn the screen off by tapping, and tapping back in will trigger it back on, which will take you back to the main menu. Now if we go to the radio app, here is the radio interface and it's pretty nice and simple. Also you have a few options here for the radio. Pretty basic stuff. Now going back here, I will show you how easy it is to set a preset for your favorite radio station. Basically you select the frequency and then you tap on the frequency, you'll open this list and then select one of those numbers from the list, and voila, you have those frequencies saved up and good to go. This bottom bar with those icons really makes everything more simple to set, like swapping between FM and AM. Very nice and well thought. If you want to stream some music wirelessly through Bluetooth, you can do that as well. And here is the screen that is gonna show what song is playing. Also, once your phone is connected through Bluetooth, you will see those 3 icons on the top bar with the signal, battery and Bluetooth. That way you know your phone is wirelessly connected to the unit. Now let's test out this great feature of micro SD port, very easy to access in front of the unit. Basically you take this cover out, and I have this micro SD with some GoPro footage on it, so I'm excited to check them out on a head unit. That is pretty cool. And also I'm pretty sure, is it my English bad or this is supposed to be unsupported instead of unsupport? So sad. But anyway, if you cannot play GoPro videos, I don't know what you could. Maybe 1080p dashcam footage. Now let's continue our walkthrough segment, and we have an equalizer, which is a shortcut above the settings button. Looking at the settings on the general tab, we have a couple options that worth mentioning. One of them is power off delay. Now, depending on the vehicle, but some will shut off the power to the receiver while cranking up. That can be avoided by setting a delay. And no, that's not hertz. It's supposed to be seconds in there. Looks like they messed up the software on this unit for some reason. Switching to the audio section, we are gonna go to the balance and fader. Here you can drag around, maybe not drag, but just set the position of the sound you would like, and you can be also resetted, go back, and plenty of options here. For the subwoofer can be turned off, and you have 5 frequencies you can choose from, along with 13 power levels for the sub. That should be enough to blow everything in the car. Moving on, the equalizer here, you got a bunch of presets and also one for the user set. And another few options that worth mentioning here is the loudness. It's just a sound effect that will boost low and high frequencies. Internal amp, I would recommend it to turn it off if you have an external amp. We also have plenty of customization for the sound volume and sound sources levels. That's pretty cool. You can set each individual source at the desired level. On the display side, you can turn on the illumination control, which that will trigger the headlights to dim the screen. Daytime driving and nighttime brightness also can be adjusted, but one thing to keep in mind: for the night brightness, even at the lowest settings, I find it a little bit too bright for night driving. On the lower side here, we have a wallpaper with a bunch of preset wallpapers. I'm not sure if you can set your own, but if you find a way, please let us know in the comments below. For the Bluetooth section, there are some pretty straightforward options. We're gonna skip this and go to the cameras, where you can turn on and off the cameras. If you don't have them connected to the device, turn off, so that way it will work properly and smoothly. Also, there is this parking adjusting guide. You can adjust that as well instead of using the preset one that comes with the camera. I would recommend using this and adjusting accordingly. Now you may wondering what rear view delay does. Well, it will prevent the backup camera to be triggered when you quickly shift from parking to drive. This is a cool small detail that gives a smooth experience to the user. In conclusion, we saw it has a bunch of flaws in the system with misspelling words, but hopefully those will be fixed in the near future with a release of updated software, and that shouldn't be a problem. This is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this kind of stuff, subscribe for more similar content and click like for this video. I'll see you next time.